Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is having a great Tuesday. Hopefully, you guys can hear me well. I'm glad to be here with y'all tonight. I don't have to go into work tomorrow, so I chose to do an embroidery project from start to finish. So let's see how this is going to go. We're going to digitize and we're also going to stitch it out, and we're not going to be using Broski or Ricoma not EM, our Ricoma Marquee 2001. We are going to be using Rody tonight, which is our Ricoma EM1010. It is a 10 needle single head machine. So we will be using Rody tonight. Let me know if you hear an echo because I hear a slight echo, but it could be coming from one of my other devices, and I hope y'all don't hear it. So, hey y'all, happy Tuesday. Hey, April Jackson, welcome in. Hey, Leslie Cash Tibbs. Hey, Miss Carol Coleman. Hey, Victoria's Creations. Hey, DB. Hey, Little Stitch LLC. If this is your first time here, I'm Patrice, and this is Craftable Things, and we like to craft all the things. And tonight we're going to be doing a little bit of embroidery. If you check out the other content and you enjoy that content, please consider subscribing to the channel and also liking this video. This is probably going to be a pretty lengthy live because we're going to go into Chroma, which is Ricoma's embroidery software. And there's three different levels of Chroma. There is Inspire, Plus, and Lux. We're going to be in the Lux edition tonight, but I will try to at least let you all know how it would be in Inspire, because a lot of the options inside of Lux, they are not available inside of Inspire. Right? Hey, is it Shayna? Hey, Shayna, welcome in. Hey, Mare Bear, you need to pull out that embroidery machine, girl. Hey, D Smith, we're gonna see how this goes. You know how lives usually go. Sometimes it's be a hit or a miss, so we'll see. We will definitely see. Hey, Dunzo. Hey, Nomi, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Twyla. Hey, Just Me Designs. And for all of my members who are here, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the support. And all the members who catch the replay, and all the subscribers who catch the replay, because a lot of y'all catch the replays. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, Miss Merlinda. Hey, Mrs. JB. Okay, so before we actually get into the project, there's a few things that I need to just talk to you guys about. The bling boxes, I think for May, the last day to sign up might be tomorrow, and I know I have not been reminding you guys about the bling boxes, but tomorrow is the last day. I do have a link listed below, and I'm going to show you guys really quickly, like just the previous month. So what was in April's box, May's box is going to be a little bit different. We won't be doing a hot fix project. We're going to be using flat back rhinestones, which means we're going to be, placing some stones. The project itself is not intended to be an all over tumbler. However, if you want to, once we finish the one part of the design, if you want to bling out the rest of your tumbler, you are more than welcome to. It's your tumbler. You can do whatever you want with it. However, for the portion of the bling box, it's going to be a design that we're going to be placing rhinestones around. All right, so I wanted to go over that. I am going to, let me bring this camera over real quick. We'll go here real quick. You guys will see the box for April. And I do have an extra box. There were a few people asking about extra boxes. I hear the echo now. There were a few people asking about the April boxes. I do have a few left because I made extras. So I will probably post those onto the site in case anybody wants to get the box from April. I didn't get a chance to get the box from April. And I'll also put a notification in the Facebook group. Also, y'all, if you don't know, we have a Facebook group, Craftable Things. So please make sure you head over to Facebook, join our Facebook group, Craftable Things, and the Bling Boxes Facebook group is Craft a Bling Box. and that's the Facebook group for that one. But hey, everyone, I don't think we've ever done. Hey, Delonda. Hey, Tanu. Hey, Michelle H. I don't think we've ever done an embroidery from start to finish. I know we've gone into Chroma before, but I don't think we've done one start to finish. So let me see why I hear something else. And right before I came on, I got a package from Mighty Hoops. So let's just look at some of those hoops. The hoops that I received from Mighty Hoops today, those are for the marquee. So that's the 20 needle. The marquee is a 20 needle, and Brody, which is the EM1010, is a 10 needle embroidery machine. Hey, Dempsey Boo. Hey, Dana Bryant. Anybody I missed, I'm so sorry. Hey, Miss Leila Nelson. Welcome. Hey, Danny. All right, y'all, I'm going to scroll down because, yeah, I just, it wasn't even that much today. All right, so I'm going to add the bling box to the screen. I hope you guys are not upside down. All right, so this is what you get when you get a bling box. Now, this one will probably go on because I do have a few extra, like I said, so I will sell these to anybody who wants them, but this is just a little note from me that includes the instructions as well. And then this month, or April, which we're still in April, April's boxes were geared towards self-care. I just wanted everybody to remember to take some time out for yourself and love on yourself. So that was this month, and I just want to let you know, all my regular bling boxers, we are going back to Stroopies for May because I miss the Stroopies. I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought about these cookies. If you're here, I know Miss Gail. I know if you guys are here, hey Miss Gail, if you guys enjoyed these cookies, let me know. But you get a bag. So this month, everybody was blinging out a bag. So we had a tote. It's a zipper tote, canvas material, and then they blung that out. They got their tea, some calm and peace tea, and then they also got some eye mask just to help reduce like any inflammation underneath their eyes. They got cookies, and then they also got these matches along with this candle, and I thought the candle was super, super cute. It's in the shape of a little daisy. I thought it was super cute. And then they also get their pouch of goodies. And in the pouch of goodies, you have to use Chroma as a software for Ricoma. And Brilliance will work too, Jennifer. If you get a Ricoma machine, you can use any digitizing software you want. You don't have to use. I have Embrilliance also, so you don't have to use. It depends. Honestly, mostly now I'll do Chroma because it's a little bit easier in Chroma, at least in my opinion. But you can use whatever software you want. The file just needs to be a DST. All right, so this is the bag, and then they get. This month we only had 3 colors of stones that we use. We use neon red AB, neon white AB, and gold orange AB. You get a brush and you get a little pen, a little wax pen down there. And my gift this month, the templates are at the bottom, and so you get, if you've never blinged before and you don't have a cutter, I think these boxes are good if you want to try it out because you get the template, you also get the transfer tape. This box is the extreme box, but the basic box, you won't get all of those things. Like you won't get all of this stuff. You get the bag, you get your template, and you get your bling. And that's what you get. But my favorite part about this box, I prefer the Stroopy too. You know, Terrell preferred the Stroopy, so he was like, stop trying to switch it up. My idea was to switch it up. Like I wanted to get like a treat from like various places, more so like international treats. That was my original plan, but I think once we all kind of just got used to the Stroopies, it might just be Stroopies. And so this is like a pen that I have made, and you can move It says self-care in the center. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it says self-care in the center. And you can kind of choose, like pick and choose, but it's a pen that you can wear, or you can put on a bag and put it on different things. And then the options are drink water, adventure, rest, journal, read, create, eat healthy, and of course, always remember to breathe. So that's the box. I will list it on the, that's the April box. I will list it on the site tomorrow because I will be home tomorrow. So I have a few of these available. All right, so let me see what I got, the hoops that I got from Mighty Hoops. And maybe I should just unbox them on the video. But looks like I got a few sizes. And so if you ever get Mighty Hoops, just make sure that you pick the right machine. Okay, I'm gonna move the table out of the way. So make sure that you get the right machine because the parts, so the brackets, which are these, the brackets are the most important part. And so depending on the machine that you have, you will get different brackets. Okay, so make sure that you check, you let them know which machine that you have. I'm gonna turn the light over here because it's not too bright. All right, let me see what we got. Thank you, Kwanda. All right, so tonight we are going to be using a Mighty Hoop with the EM1010. So because I have the EM1010 and now the Marquis 2001, all I would really probably need to do is change the brackets on them based on the size. But there are certain sizes that the EM1010 just can't use. I'm gonna see which sizes I got here. But what are you guys working on? Are you guys working on anything? And we are gonna get ready to get into it because I wanna start digitizing and embroidering. And then if you want, we could look more into the software. And then maybe one night we could look at Embrilliant. If that's something that you guys want to do, we can look at Embrilliant. But all right, so this one is a 9x3 Mighty Hoop, which is perfect. Like if you want to embroider on sleeves or pants legs, this is really good. Hey, everybody coming in. And another thing, you have to be very careful with Mighty Hoops because they are very mighty. The magnet in the Mighty Hoop is very, very mighty. Okay. And so I have some brackets here. Not sure what this bracket is for. TJ500. Oh, you know what I think? No, this is the same one. Did they send me some extra brackets? They might have sent some because this is the same one, but it may be for, I know what it is. They sent me extra brackets for my 5.5 by 5.5 with the EM1010, and so all I have to do is switch it out. All right, so this is an 8x13 for the Marquis, and we're going to be using an 8x13 tonight with Brody. This is an 8x13, but the brackets are different, and you can definitely see the difference in the brackets. So you guys see like how this bracket looks and then this one looks. They're definitely different. So just know that. So no matter what machine you have, Mighty Hoops does not only work with Ricoma. Mighty Hoops works with other machines as well. So you can definitely check that out. I do have a link listed below, and I do have like a free shipping code as well. Oh, and they sent a bigger one. And this one is an 11x13 Mighty Hoop. So this is even bigger than the one I just showed you guys, the 8x13. This is a 11x13. Pretty big. All right, so we're gonna get ready to get started with digitizing. And this literally came to my door as soon as I was about to go live. That's what took me a little bit. And at the end of the live tonight, I don't really need so much light because we're about to I'm just going to share my screen. I'm going to upgrade the internet. So totally tang it. They did upgrade the EM1010, but I don't know if they have, if they really fully rolled it out. I don't know. So what I do suggest is that if anybody wants to get like the EM1010 or the Marquee 2001 with the 10S panel, you need to just make sure you specify when you're ordering, because you're not going to just order the machine. You can't just go on their website and click purchase and buy the machine. Like somebody's going to talk to you about your order and things like that. You can do just make sure you specify to them that you want the 10S panel, okay? Delonda, it is everything. Delonda, I hope you're enjoying the game. Y'all know Delonda had to go see her rockets. All right. This machine. Yes, master the SE. The SE600, I think, is super, super easy, and you'll be able to master that in no time. All right, guys, so let me go ahead. Hold on. Can we remove the bracket from one end? Yes, Marilyn, you can. So they sent me the extra brackets, and I believe it has to be for, I don't know if you guys could see that blue one up in the corner. That's a 5.5 by 5.5 hoop, mighty hoop. And so I think they sent me that for that particular hoop. So you definitely can just exchange the brackets off. Definitely. Awesome, Tish. All right, y'all. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. Do I have Chroma? Let me just open up Chroma before. Well, maybe not. All right. I don't have anything else on my screen. Let me just make sure I have nothing else on the screen. It is good. All right, you guys. New. And then we're going to be making this design that I have on. It says, you guys probably can't see it that good with this yellow and light, but it says best mom ever, but we're actually going to digitize it so you guys can see how that will go. But I gotta share my screen. Patrice, share your screen. Present. And then I'll be able to see. Share screen. Oh, dang it. I would not be happy. I would not be happy at all, because the 10S panel is really, really, like, I can compare the 7S panel on the EM1010 with the 10. And so when they were like testing it out, I did get a chance to test it out. They sent me the machine for me. I had to send it back. They sent me the machine with the 10S panel, and I was able to test it out. So they changed a lot of things on the EM1010 also. Like, it's easier to oil the machine. It's easier to do a lot of different things with the machine. There are a lot of different changes that they made with the actual machine itself, not just the panel. Because at first I thought it was just the panel, but no, it's not just the panel. All right, let's get ready to open up Chroma. Oh, Chroma's down here. All right, Chroma's opening, and this is the Ricoma software for digitizing. So if you don't know, if you want to get into embroidery, you have to have a file that's digitized, and the file needs to be specific to your machine. So all Ricoma machines need an exchange with a DST exchange. Brother usually uses PES. I think Maryland Tuscaloosa uses a VP3, and so forth and so on. But when you get your machine, they usually tell you what it needs to be saved as. Now, it's very different from an SVG, because what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be creating the stitches for the design. So I'm going to import an SVG in. I prefer a vector file to come in when I'm digitizing, but you can use a PNG to do that as well. You just gotta, you just gotta make it larger and trace it and stuff like that. All right, so we're gonna get ready to create a new design. Hey, Miss Sonia. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Sheila Cushenberry. Hey, Veronica. All right, so we're going to create a new design. And this is the design this is the canvas. Now, with Chroma, it's way easier to use a mouse. So I did bring my mouse out today because sometimes without the mouse, you will be going back and forth. So I recommend using a mouse. All right, so let's go ahead. You can change the increments if you want. Like I kind of have it in 4 inch increments, but if you want to do 1 inch squares, you can. It just depends on what you prefer and what works best for you. All right, so I am going to import the file. I'm just going to select merge. And so this is the one that we're going to be doing. I've entitled it live so that I would be able to remember. But this is the file that we're going to be using. And if you have Inspire or Plus, some of the things that we do tonight that you see me do, you may not be able to do that inside of Inspire or Plus. I absolutely love Inspire because it just makes the digitizing process a lot easier. However, it is a little more costly. So if you get Inspire with the machine that you get, then you can digitize too. So I'm gonna just try to work with showing you guys like both ways, okay? Now, what I do like to do is, especially if I were using Inspire, I would make sure that the design was set up exactly how I need it to be. So I would account for, let's say this, if I'm doing Appliqué, I would account for Appliqué. So the way that this file is, the inside of mom is not punched out. But if I were bringing this in and I had Inspire, I would definitely already have it punched out. I would already have the outline as thick as I want it to be in order to turn that into applique, which is a satin stitch. Okay, so let me just do undo. Is it, yes, Delonda, it's an SVG. It is an SVG. Please let me know if you guys hear the echo. I hope you guys don't. All right, so I am going. Let me escape. Hold on, guys. Okay, there we go. All right, so all right, so it's an 8, 6. So I'm gonna bring in the hoop that I'm gonna be using, and I do with the software. You can create your own hoop sizes. So Mighty Hoop sizes are not automatically inside of the software, but you can add the hoop. So you can add a new, and then you can bring in the hoop. You can put in the measurement of that hoop. Now the thing with Mighty Hoops is that they're very, very thick. The outline or the edge is or the frame is very, very thick. And so you don't get, even though that's an 8 by 13, we're not going to be able to, embroider an 8 by 13 design. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit smaller. I think it's more along the lines of like 6 3/4 by maybe like 12, 11 and something. So we're not going to be able to do a full 8 by 13. Okay, there's the hoop size, and then there's what's called the embroidery space, like what you're actually embroidery size, like what you can actually embroider inside of the frame. All right, so here is the hoop that I'm going to be using. I'm going to select OK, and for the most part, it fits really good in the hoop. It is pretty close there. Um, I'm not really worried about it, but you may want to just kind of, give it a little more space as you do it. All right, so we're going to be doing two. I'm going to maybe widen it out a little bit. And today we're going to be using glitter HTV. Now you can use other fabric and put heat and bond on the back of it and press it on in place of the applique, kind of like how you guys see the lines here. That's applique. But that's up to you. Okay. So I'm just measuring it out. I don't know why I maximize my screen so much. Let me change it. Uh-oh. All right. I don't want it to be too max because I like to still be able to see. So if you look at the top here, it tells you the measurement of the design. Okay. So if we start designing something outside of the frame or the hoop, because this is the hoop right here, if we start to do that, then it's going to measure what's in the frame and what's out of the frame. Okay. So this is the only thing that we have on our screen. So this is what we're going to be focused on. And it's letting me know right now I can make it a little wider. All right. So let me show you what will happen. We're going to turn mom, the back part of mom right here, into applique. Okay. And so with, do I have the right one selected? Yeah. So with Chroma Lux, it's as simple as a right click and clicking convert, and I would just click applique. So we could either turn it into satin. You can turn it into a run stitch, a steel stitch, complex fill, cross stitch, or applique. We're going to turn that into applique. Now, turning it into applique, hey Jesse, turning it into applique, if you've done applique before, you know that prior to it stitching the satin stitch, you're going to get your placement stitch, which is so that you'll know exactly where to place your fabric. So you'll get your placement stitch. Once you place your fabric, then you get the tack down stitch, and then it does the satin stitch. Okay. So if I click applique now, it's going to do all of that for me. Just that simple. But I am going to show you guys how to do it if you don't have Lux. But we're going to get this done so I can get it on the machine, and then I'll show you guys how you would do that if you didn't have Lux. All right, so I'm going to click applique, and now that I selected applique, as you guys could see, that that turned it into stitches. That turned it into stitches just like that. And then let's change it to a realistic view. All right, so we have it in a realistic view. Now, let's say I didn't do it this way, right? Let's say I'm going to do, this is the easiest way to do it. Like, it's just easy to do it this way. I'm going to show you the other way, though. All right, so let's say here, the placement stitch is already there. Even though we don't see it over here, because it says applique, it automatically puts the placement and the tack down stitch underneath. Okay, so it's already there. It showed you here the type satin. We can actually expand this and we can change this. So let's say let's see what a tackle twill looks like. So a tackle twill, I'm gonna just click that, click apply. So that's a tackle twill. So these are ways that we could change what that looks like, what the applique will look like. Okay, so this is a tackle twill. We also have E-stitch. E-stitch looks like this. You can do a motif, and that looks like that. But with the motif, you can actually change it to different patterns. So here with the motif, you can change it to different. Now, there's no names, you just have numbers. But if you play around with it, you'll be able to see like different patterns that you can change it to. But there's quite a bit. All right, and then we also have the run is just a run. You guys know what that is. It's just an outline of the design. And then we have bean. You have 2-ply, and then I thought I clicked apply. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I did. All right, and then you have mimic mirror, and that's what that would look like. So if we go a little bit bigger, you guys see, like, you can get a little more decorative satin stitch if that's something that you're interested in doing with Lux. This is not available for Inspire or Plus, okay? But it just makes it a little bit easier. You can also change your stitch length or the density. I'm going to leave the stitch length at 3.5, but I am going to change the density to 3. And the stitch length is just the length between each stitch. So that's just the length between each stitch. You can make it shorter or you can make it even wider. The density is the amount of space in between the stitches. So in between, like that satin stitch, each thread, like each stitch, that's the distance between each. That's the density. All right. So here you'll see that that's all selected. So we already know that we have everything that we need to have selected there. Now let's say if you wanted to do, we're not going to use the pink, but if you wanted to use the pink, if you wanted to fill that in, then you would fill that in by, there is an option for you to auto digitize, but let me just tell you about auto digitizing. So when you first start, you may want to auto digitize some things. It might look good when you auto digitize. However, what I find is that with auto digitizing, you have less control of the actual design, and sometimes the angles are off. Um, Sometimes it's just not. I would definitely recommend like learning how to digitize as opposed to doing the auto digitize. Now, when I create small shapes and things like that that are just a simple circle or squares or something like that, I'll click auto digitize. But for the most part, you don't necessarily want to use auto digitizing as a thing. Okay. All right. So let me see. Delonda. All right, y'all. So let's say we're going to, I'm gonna move this over. I'm gonna make it big. And honestly, like you really do need to make it super big for you to be able to really see what you're doing. Okay. So we're going to create a complex fill. If you have Lux, this is the same way that you would create a complex fill. I'm just going to show you the complex fill option here so that you will know. But if you have Lux, you can do this too. So to create the complex fill, we are just going to select complex fill over on the side. And this is a panel of all of the different options that you have. If you have Inspire, you may not see some of these options lit up for you, but you will see the complex fill option lit up. I used Inspire for a long time, and Inspire worked really good for me. Okay, so I'm gonna just select the complex fill, and now we're going to trace the M. I don't know how to undo it either. Oh no, Delonda. Sorry, Jesse. All right, so now I'm gonna select here, and I'm just going. Another thing we could do, let's say I want to hide everything that's black, right? Because I just want to make sure that I get the M, and I want to do everything. Now let me unhide it and just show you something else. If we were actually filling this, I would want to make this, like, I don't want that white space in between there, because if you have the white space in between there and you continue to digitize, when you embroider it, guess what? It's going to have a gap there. So let's click back onto the applique. For those of you who have Lux or you may be considering Lux, let me click here. You can actually increase the inset or reduce the inset. Okay, so if that's something that, so that you don't have those gaps, okay, you can increase it or reduce it. So that's something, like, just pay attention. Whatever you see, honestly, I like to say whatever you see on the screen is what you're going to get. All right, so I'm just going to go back and hide this. Because we're not going to keep the pink, I'm not really worried about um, expanding it anymore, because we're not going to keep the pink. I just want to show you guys with the complex fill. So I'm going to head over to the left and select complex fill. And with the complex fill, we're just going to go down and trace these letters. So I'm going to put a point here. I'm going to just go all the way down here because it's a straight line. So when you have straight lines, it's easier to just do it that way. You don't have to keep making small points, and it'll go a lot quicker. So then I'm just going to make a point here, and then I'm going to make a point here. Then I'm going to go up here, right before it curves, and I'm going to put another point right there. Now that it's curving, if you look at this, the nodes or the points are square. That means that it's going to be a straight line. However, everything's not a straight line, right? So we're going to hold down, I'm going to hold down my command key, but if you have a PC, you would hold down your control key, I believe. So I'm just going to go ahead and then I'm going to start tracing. And if you notice, with me holding down my command key, those squares are now circles. And that's because we want it to curve, right? So then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put another square here after I'm done with the curve. And then I'm not holding down my command key or the control key. Digitize when you purchase designs or only do you digitize when you purchase designs or only the designs you create? Leslie Class Chips, you could digitize designs that you purchase. I just probably wouldn't sell them, sell them. But if you purchase a design that you want to digitize, you could digitize it, but I wouldn't sell the design. That's the only thing. And then you just have to be sure, like sometimes read the terms of usage, because sometimes creators will say, you can't change it, or it must be used this way, or you can't convert it to something else. So you just want to check that out. All right, so I'm gonna just keep putting the dots here, and then you guys will see how this is going to turn out. Now, generally, whatever the color is, that's what color your stitches are going to be, but we can change the color of the stitches. Like, you're not bound to having it one color like this. All right, so I'm just repeating the same thing. I'm just going to speed up. I think you guys got this part already. And you're just tracing. You're just tracing. It doesn't have to be perfect because you can always go back in. The one thing that I like, especially digitizing, auto digitizing, you don't have like the same flexibility a lot. It just digitizes one way and that's it. All right, so once we get here, I'm going to click out. And so now that's our fill. Okay, if you notice here on the right side in the sequence panel, now we have that M that we just literally traced around the letter. Okay, now there is an easier way to get words and get your words done. With Ricoma over here on the left, you see you have the text option. You can certainly type in text and it's automatically going to be it's automatically going to be digitized for you. So if y'all want to look at that when it's stitching out, we could look at that. We could look at different things inside of Chroma. Sorry, Jesse. Sorry, Jesse. All right, so now we have the M. All right, so let's go ahead and head over to, let me just pan over because. All right, so let's go ahead and start digitizing the O, okay? So I'm gonna do the same thing. It's gonna be a complex fill. With the O, I'm gonna hold down the command very early on because it's pretty much curved, right? Now, once I kind of straight, I'm just going to release the command button and just put a straight, but see, that's not even straight. So I'm going to delete that. So I'm going to delete that dot too. And I'm just going to hold down the command key and we're just going to keep going down. And then we'll do the M. Now, what I like to do, especially when you're doing text, if the other M wasn't so different, I would just go ahead and use the first M. I would copy and paste or duplicate that M so that I didn't have to trace again. With embroidery, if that's a tip that I learned, like just duplicate it. If it's the same exact letter or shape, just duplicate it. It'll make your life so much easier. All right. And so we're all done there. And so if you notice, right now we don't have a center because we traced around it. So in order for us to get that center out, I'm going to remove the realistic view. So now we can see the center a lot better, right? So guess what? We got to trace that out again. So I'm going to head over here to the shape tool. And the shape tool is kind of like if you've ever worked in Silhouette Studio or Adobe Illustrator where you're working with nodes or edit points. These are kind of like your edit points, okay? So Yolanda's so sorry. I know she's like, let me put this phone down. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna open up the shapes. And so when you see the shapes, everything kind of lights up. Okay. So these are your points. And this bar here, this is your angle bar or your angle line. Okay. Sometimes there's more, sometimes there's less. It depends on how, you set yourself up, your design up. Okay. So I need to remove this hole here. So I'm just going to right click, and then I'm going to click add hole, because if not, it's just going to stitch that entire O out. Okay. All right. So I'm going to click add hole. And so to add the hole, now I need to trace this hole here. And because of course it is round, I'm going to hold down the command key. That first point I didn't, but I'm just going to trace here. And I'm getting a little sloppy, but it's okay. Y'all will get the point. All right. And so then I'm going to press enter, and then that removed the hole. Okay. Now, if you look, my line's kind of off. So with it still being in the shape tool option, I'm just going to kind of move the lines over. You can move the purple line, and then you can also, there's also like, I call it a seesaw. I'm sure there's another technical term for it, but you can use that to kind of expand it and curve it a little bit more if that's what you want to do. And I'm just going to move this over a little bit just to kind of form a little bit better, because I don't want it to be sticking out. Okay, so let's say we're done with that, even though we could totally fix this. So there's a lot of little areas where we can fix. Okay, all right, so that's done. And then we would go ahead and work with that M. All right, let's move this over. And then we'll go ahead and trace this M out, and we'll see. All right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to click here. I'm going to just trace this really quick. It was a mistake. She didn't mean to. I'm going to click here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and finish tracing these. But you want to make sure wherever you have like a curve, you get that curve. And then I'm just going to go here. And you can always clean it up later. You can always clean it up. If you guys want me to do like more, I'm going to delete that one. If you guys want me to do more like digitizing, let me know. My plan was for us to work with Broski tonight, but it's all good. Brody needs some time too. So we'll work with Broski a little bit later. All right. We'll be done very soon. All right. All right, and then you always want to make sure you connect that last one, like make sure that they're connected. All right, so this is the inside of mom. So let's say we were going to do that, right? Let's say we wanted to have an inside fill, because some designs you may want to. And then I'm just going to turn back on the realistic view, and then I'm going to show the black again. So that's kind of how that will look. Now, what you may want to do is, so that with the satin stitch, you want the satin stitch and the complex fill, which is the inside, you want it to kind of overlap each other a little bit. Okay, so that way you don't have any gaps. Hold on a second. This is Chroma, Lynn. This is Chroma. All right, so I'm just gonna head back over to the shape tool, and then I'm gonna click onto here. And what I would probably do is, I know we're not really going to use this, is that I would just kind of make the O, like I would drag it over just so that it wouldn't be, remove that angle line. And the angle lines can be moved, y'all. So the angle line now is straight, but that just lets you know which direction your stitches will be going in. Okay, that's what the angle line is for. So when the angle line was straight, that means all those stitches are just gonna go kind of straight like that. And then you can have slanted angle lines. Depending on your letters and the curvature, then you will, your angle lines will change from there too. I'm just gonna move here. And if you want me to do something like an Embrilliance one night, let me know. But you could just change this. I'm not going to change all of that, but I want you guys to see how that looks. I mean, of course, we want to make it a lot better than that. I was kind of rushing, but that's the idea. Like, you want your satin stitch to sit over. It doesn't have to sit completely on top, but to avoid gaps, the satin stitch needs to at least overlap a little bit. And of course, this would go to the back. We would bring the satin stitch to the front, because in this case, the satin stitch is going to be the last thing that we actually do. Okay, but we're not going to keep doing that. I just want to show you guys how that would look. Again, with this type of stitch, we can change this. You have this option inside of Inspire where you can change, like we can change that O to a brick pattern, and then it changes it into a brick. So this right here is not just available inside of Luxe, it's also available inside of Inspire. Okay, and you can change to various patterns they have. They have quite a few patterns here that you could change. Of course, we had it on tatami. We wouldn't necessarily put this in a satin stitch because it's just too wide, and the satin stitch can't be too wide. All right, I think it's like a 0.80 that it could be the widest. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, and unless you were to do something else, I'm going to delete that because I don't need it. I'm also going to delete the pink as well. All right, and so mom, we're going to make mom a different color. And to change the color, I'm just going to go down here and we're going to do, let's do pink. Do I have it selected? Yep. Why can't I see my screen? Oh, let's do 21. Okay. My shortcuts, I think because I'm using my mouse, wasn't working good. All right, so I clicked the pink. Now there's two ways that you could change your color. I just right clicked on the 21, but if you wanted to also change it, you can go up to the commands option and you can put your number there. So it works based off of like the numbers down here at the bottom, your color palette, that can be updated and changed also. Hey, Miss Sharon. Angela and Stitches, hey. Do you have Inspire? Like, it's so, honestly, like, I love Luxe. I like Chroma more than I like Embrilliance. But if you have Embrilliance, you can do pretty much the same things. So I will show Embrilliance too. All right, so now mom is already done in Appliqué. Mom is done. I don't have to worry about it. But now I need to turn the word best and ever into satin stitches. So we're going to do that really quick, and then I'll go into kind of explaining some other stuff inside of Chroma if you guys have any questions or anything. So I'm just going to make this big. I'm going to pan over a little bit. And so now I'm going to get ready to turn this into a satin stitch. So mom is in a satin stitch. It's applique. And best is going to be in a satin stitch also. Okay, but we're going to do it. We're going to make the satin stitch. So I'm going to select classic satin stitch. But if we expand down here, you can do satin. I can select applique from here, cross stitch manual, and I don't even know what note is for. So we're going to select the classic satin stitch. Okay. And so to do that, I'm going to start here in the left, and all I'm going to do is pretty much build columns. That's how you create your satin stitch. Now, if you ever get in a place where you're like, oh, is this going to go in a satin stitch? Well, because your system is not going to, if it's too wide, it's not going to look like a satin stitch. Okay. So you can always get your ruler and measure the width of your letters. Okay, so you can see exactly what size it is. And this is going to be safe because it's only 0.12. Remember, you want to do like a 0.8, not, yeah, 0.8, not oh 0.8, but 0.80. Yeah, so it's about a 0.12. All right, so now we're going to get ready to do this. Awesome, Miss Merlinda. Working with embroidery only. Is the Chroma Digitize? Yeah, it's embroidery only. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to select the classic satin. And then I'm just going to create my column. So I'm going to start here at the edge. And then I'm just going to trace here pretty much. Then I'm going to go back over here. Then we're going to go back. And that's how you create your satin stitch. Now, of course, I kind of went to, like, they're close, but they don't have to be that close. Like, you can kind of bring it down a little bit more. I always do super, super close. I'm going to go here. And so there are certain parts where we're just going to go in a straight line here because I'm not going to actually, like, I'm not going to curve it just yet. And I'm going to go here, and then we're going to go here. And then once I click out, that's our satin stitch. Okay. Basically, that's it. So the only other thing I would just let you guys know, like, if you're doing like puff or anything like that, you want to make sure you put an end cap on the top here and the bottom there, because if not, then your puff is gonna stick out and you don't want that to happen. All right, so now I'm gonna get ready to start doing the curves. No, I don't have Sew Pro. Hey, Miss Ruth. Hey, everybody, come in. Thank you for being here. So now we're gonna pretty much speed through the rest of this for best, and I'm gonna go back to classic satin stitch. And it's pretty much, this is a satin stitch and this is a satin stitch. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna kind of overlap it just a little bit. Now, if you overlap it, you can decide what goes in the front, what goes in the back. What I'm trying to avoid is any gaps. I don't want any gaps in my letters. So I'm just gonna start here, and then I'm gonna go down, and then we're gonna pretty much do the same thing. Now for curving, the same thing would apply. Like, once it starts to curve, you want to make sure that you have your control or command key down. If you have a Mac, it's going to be command. If you have a PC, it's going to be control. All right, so we're just going like this to get our letters traced. If you guys look, you see the little circles. You can kind of see the line because I'm not staying true. The computer seems like it's so far from me. All right, so we're gonna go here. I'm gonna keep going here, just like this. But when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're not going too wide. All right, so when I click out, now we have our top part of the B, and we're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over. But this is manual digitizing, not auto digitizing. Okay, and then I'm just going to continue. That one's kind of thick, but that's fine. All right. It's curving for us. But you create your columns. That one's got too small here. And as y'all see, all of my end parts, they're overlapping. So that overlapped, that overlapped. So if I go in bigger, you guys will be able to see that it's not, there's no space. Now, once you're done with this, let's say we're done with this, again, remember, I can go ahead and I can then kind of fix some parts. So if you guys look here, you'll see that purple line around there. It's not. From afar, it looks like it was decent, right? But if you look here, I wasn't really precise right there. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the shape tool. And then I'm just going to bring this down a little. But one of my lines are moving. Why? Why did that move up there? It shouldn't have. That other purple should not be there. Did I move something wrong, y'all? Did I move something wrong? And I'll show you guys, let me move this. All right, so then you just get your little seesaw. I'll bring it down a little bit. Bring that out. I'm worried why my line is here. The purple line should not be there. See, what did I do? Oh. But why did that purple line show up? I don't know why the purple line showed up, y'all. Did y'all see? It came out of nowhere. You go here. My angle line, I'm going to bring this angle line down here. And we'll see. So now I'm just moving the angle lines. And I don't necessarily want that angle line there. Let's see if that helped. Nope, that didn't help. But it's this point here. Now I'm messing it up even more, y'all. Okay, the good thing is that you can undo. You could just undo it back, and then I won't even worry about it. Because I don't know why the angle lines are so high. I don't know. Hey, Barb. All right. We're just going to do it. We're going to leave it like that for now. I'm not going to worry about it just yet. But we will eventually go back to it because I need to finish this part. But I just want to get a clean, like round it off very clean. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start with the rest of the work vest. And I'm going to open up our satin stitch again, the classic satin stitch. And we're just going to do our columns the same way. And this is how you would do. If you guys remember with the complex fill, we don't do the complex fill like this. With the complex fill, we just pretty much trace the outline. But with the satin stitch, that one's kind of far over. I forgot my angle. All right, let's see. But you just really just do it in columns. I don't know which one I prefer, if I prefer just making rhinestone templates or digitizing, but they're both worth it. I think rhinestoning takes a lot longer though. So I'm just going to kind of overlap here a little bit because that's where it's going to meet at. And I don't want there to be, of course, any gaps. And I'm just going to take it all the way around to the S. I can't see the chat if you guys are saying anything. If you guys are saying something, I'm going to put the phone down so I can see it better. I can't see it. All right, so right here, I'm going to get ready to stop. I'm going to stop it right there. And then that's RE. Okay, let me move it over. Let me see if you guys said anything. Thanks, Deborah. All right, so now we're just going to get ready to start the S, but I'm going to start the S over here so that I can go around. And let me get our classic stitch again. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to go down to right there, and then we're going to go up. So we're just repeating that same step. This is how you do the classic or the satin stitches. I kind of put more points than I really have to, but it's okay. I just like to be a little bit safe. All right, so once we get to this point, I'm also going to stop right here where this connection is, and then I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue here, but I'm going to skip and then go around like that. All right, so we're going to start right here, and then I'm just going to keep going. We have one more word to do this with, and then we're going to be ready to stitch, and then we'll look more at the software, because can y'all believe I did not get anything out to blink? Cannot believe it. Uh-oh, I went in the wrong direction. There we go. So if you get it, like, you shouldn't see the lines in between. If you did, then when you were doing the columns, they weren't 100% correct. I'm just gonna kind of overlap a little bit and then get back. And then we can always fix that. And then I'm just gonna end right here, kind of inside of there. All right. All right, so if you guys look, it looks like it's continuous, but those endpoints are important to making sure like your letters look the way that it's gonna look. Like it's gonna look how you want it to look. All right, let me move this over some because I need it to be a little bit bigger. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to come down and then I'll do the cross. Yes, Jay. Yeah, I mean I love Chroma. I love Chroma. All right, so we're gonna go here. I think I started digitizing a lot more when I started using Chroma than when I only had Embrilliance. But you can totally get it done with Embrilliance. All right, so we're gonna move there. And then I am going to start back here, right here. Let me move it up though. I need to keep it kind of big so I could see it better. All right. So every time there's a break, I stop. All right, the word press is almost done. And then again, remember for the curves, you want to hold down the command key. So since this is cursive, I'm holding down my command key an awful lot because it's definitely a lot of curves. Now my lines aren't that straight. If you guys see me going out of the lines, but it's fine. So where this is, I'm gonna go here, then I'm gonna kind of keep going. Uh-oh. It didn't happen. I curved it, but it really isn't curved. All right. So then we're gonna go ahead and cross our T. So I'm not really getting rid of, like, I'm not getting rid of the trims or the jump stitches. I'm not trimming it because it's cursive and the machine can just keep going instead of stopping to trim and go. But every time I stopped, that causes a jump stitch. But because it's cursive, it's not going to be major. All right, so we're just going to go ahead. We're going to because this is straight, I'm using way too many points. I don't have to use so many points, but when you're used to moving thousands of rhinestones, what's these points? It's not that big of a deal. All right, so you guys see how, like, if you want to be 100% like precise, then you would say, you know what, I want to make sure that this line is perfect. So then you would go and then you would move. So this is it. You would move your lines. Like, that's the angle. I'm gonna move this out a little bit, these angles, and then you can just move it like that. Especially if you want to get straighter lines, like some of these angles. All right, and then when I click out, you'll see it cleaned it up a little bit. That's what I was trying to show you guys with the B. I don't know why that extra angle, I don't remember, or that extra point is there. Let me try it again. If I see that extra point there, I know it's because of that angle. I'm gonna leave it just like that. It's just fine. All right, so we have best done, and now we're gonna do ever. And I'm gonna move this over. And I'm gonna move ever down just a little bit. And remember, this is the SVG that I'm tracing on top of. We're gonna delete that because we won't need it. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit, and then we're gonna stitch it out. And when it stitches out, we'll look at some other stuff. All right, so we're gonna do the satin stitch again, and I'm just gonna go ahead and trace all of this. Uh-oh, that's curved. Marilyn, what are you doing? I'm off tomorrow, y'all. I'm so excited to be off and happy to be off. That's why I picked this, because this could be a rather long project for us. But I don't think it's gonna, once we actually stitch it out, it's not. And then you can tell right now we're at about 13,000 stitches, which shouldn't be too bad. It's gonna be a little bit more because of, we gotta finish the rest of the E, but it's fine. All right, that's it. And then let's go to the V. Uh-oh. Which way did I go? Not the wrong way. I'm getting sloppy, but it's okay. All right, so I'm gonna stop right here, and then we're gonna pick it back up. Because it's like putting 120 stitches per trim. Thanks, Jessie, for that. Yes. All right, so that's, I'm not gonna put trims here. Uh-oh. No, I'm not gonna put any trims here. Why do I see this? Uh-uh. There we go. I got off track. All right. Good. Now we're gonna keep doing the same thing. I still didn't move the phone, y'all, so I can't see. You're literally going up and down in columns with a satin stitch. You will be able to tell if you get off track. Your stitches won't look right. Alright. We're almost there. We're almost there. Almost. I know you guys probably can't see the lines that I see. It's pretty. I'm gonna stop right there, and then I'll curve the rest. Let me see. Here I'm just kind of cleaning that up a little bit. Thank you, Donzel. All right. Let me zoom this in a little bit more. Let's see that right there. See, I'm gonna have a gap. I would have a gap if I didn't pay that any attention. So the angle lines, which are these yellow and black lines, they kind of hide the points a little bit. And so here I'm just bringing the points up because remember I said like how I didn't want there to be any gaps or anything in the stitches. So I'm bringing that up a little bit. So now it'll cover it. Like there won't be any gaps. We have a lot of angle lines. But that's what you can't do with when you auto digitize, you don't have this flexibility. Like you're kind of just stuck with whatever it does for you. Like you won't even be able to add angles or extra, like you can do it but you can't, like the angles it does no. I don't recommend what you call it. I don't recommend auto digitizing. So I'm gonna start right here. Even though go here. And of course I'm doing curves when I could have did that straight. We're almost done, y'all. Yep. All right, so that's that. And we got that together. Yes. And now we're going to just do a circle right here. Now, the one thing that I usually do with the circles, and I learned this from the people at Ricoma, is I'm just going to head over here to the shape panel or the shape options, the shape tab, and I'm just going to select the ellipse and I'm just going to draw a circle. That's going to be my shape right there. And we'll move it up right here. It looks good. And then I'm just going to click auto digitize. Oh, I want to fill it in. Where's the circle? I don't see my circle. Oh, I got to do it again. Okay. I think it might be. Let's do a fill. No, I don't want outline. Okay, there we go. The circle is still there. All right. So now that just filled it in, and now we're going to auto digitize that. Yep. All right, but I don't want to satin stitch. So now we need to measure it out. Let me make sure it's going to be good. Yep, that looks good. Let's measure it out this way. That's good. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good there. All right, so if you notice right here, this is the jump stitch. So I don't necessarily want the jump stitch there. So I'm just going to select this part of the R, and then I'm going to head up to, where's my jump stitches? Oh, here it is. So I head up to commands, and then I'm going to select end command, and I'm going to select trim. And then that's going to remove that jump stitch. So it'll trim it at the R, and then it'll move on to the period. All right, for the most part, we're pretty done. I am gonna just go in here a little bit, and then we're gonna get ready to put this onto the machine. But I do want to clean it up. Like you'll see, like how this is. You want to clean that stuff up. So I'm just gonna select here. I'm gonna move this. And so you have to move those angle lines out of the way because they block, if y'all see that, they block some of the points that we could move. And you don't necessarily want that. But it just, especially if you want it to be nice and clean. So for the most part, it's done, but we want it to look good, right? All right, that's gonna clean it up just a little. Hey, Paulette. Thanks, Claudette. All right, so let me see. All right, so that's how you would clean it up. Now, the one thing I like to do is I always like to do just to play it to see how it's going to actually stitch out. But there's still, even though I'm going to go ahead and start it, but I just want you guys to know that there still are parts where we need to, like, you could improve. Okay, there's still parts that you can improve. Like from afar, it looks fine. I still want to see what happened with this here with my B, but we're gonna keep it like that for now. We'll see how it stitches out. All right, so we're pretty much ready, but before we do, I'm gonna head up here to the redraw tool, and then it's gonna draw everything out for us. So now you guys can't really see the placement or the tack down stitch, but it's going to show us here now. So I'm going to click redraw. Let's click play, and then it's going to just draw everything out how it's supposed to be. All right, this is the placement stitch. And then did it already do the tack down? I only saw one stitch. I didn't see the tack down. I just saw the placement stitch. Because right now it's doing the satin stitch. So we'll see. And there's also another way to see it. Let me grab my flash drive. And then we're going to save it, and then we're going to upload it to the machine. All right, so it's showing up pretty good. Okay. But I only saw the placement stitch. I didn't see the tack down. But we're going to see in a minute. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to I could just make that. All right. So I'm removing the artwork. It looked pretty decent. So, but I would suggest doing that often. Let's say if I click onto, hold on, y'all, let me move. I need to delete this. I'm just deleting all the artwork that's behind because we don't we don't need the artwork anymore. All right, all of these are, all right, and that's the circle. I thought the circle was the same color. What color is that? I thought it was. Okay, there it is. The circle is the same color now. All right, so we removed all the artwork, and now we have two different colors. We have the pink and we have the blue. With that, you can do a color sort. So let's say if it's not all of ours is pretty much together, but let's say you have the same color but it's in different places. You can do a color sort if that works best for you, where the system will sort out the colors for you. So this little option up here where it says color sort, it will sort all the same colors so that all of those will stitch at the same time and that sort of thing. Okay, so I only saw it go around once. I only saw it go around once too. Hey Chris, your start. Yep, the green is your start and stop. Yes. So that's what's wrong with the B. Hold on, let me go back to it. Let me go and see. Chris. All right, so because I'm gonna change the density to probably 0.40 for all of it since everything's a satin stitch. So Chris was saying about the start and stop. So I'm gonna click onto the B, and the green is where it's gonna stop. So anytime you're stitching, um, so the red here is the stop, and then where's the green? The green up here is the start. All right, so when that area where I had a problem with, this is what Chris is saying because, and I did not pay any attention. You guys see the red, my stop should actually be down here because this is where I ended. That's where the stop should be. It shouldn't be there. So, but it's still, let me go back, and then I'm gonna bring this angle, I'm gonna leave this angle here, but this angle, I'm gonna leave that angle there. And then we're going to bring this one down. And then where that stop was, this blue note there, because I don't know where I stopped this thing at. Let's bring that there. Let's bring this up. And then let's, but I don't want that angle there. I'm going to keep this angle right here. Let's see if I just made another hole, which hopefully I didn't. Let's see. I just wanted to go right here. Alright, Chris, you think I did it right? No. I don't. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that, Chris. I'm just click undo. We're just gonna leave it just like this. Let me click on here. I don't want to do that because it's still not, and it's still not gonna undo for me either because it doesn't even look right. Mm-mm. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna delete that. Oh, I can't delete it. I forgot. I have the, what you call it. Now I really gotta look at this. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, we'll leave this here. Okay, let's see. I want this here. That point's gonna go there. And let me move this up. I'm gonna move this up. I'm gonna move That angle line, it doesn't need to be so long. All right, let me move this down. All right, let me see. That's going to be decent. Let's bring this angle line here. All right, let's see if that helped. That didn't help at all. That looks horrible. Oh, yeah. And then I already deleted the artwork. That's why you should not delete the artwork. Because that's not how it's supposed to look. Chris, what's your other, the first line should not be covering your first segment. Which line, Chris? Hold on. Here? Let me see. I'll move this down. Hey, Rachel. Purple line. Which purple line, Chris? Here? I shouldn't have a line here. I don't think I should have this line here. Oh. Now I'm deleting too much stuff. How did the purple line get there? It wasn't, so it only showed up when I selected the shape tool. Before that, it didn't show up at all. Only when I selected the shape tool. So I don't know why it's still there. See, I don't even click. I'm just clicking onto here. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. And now I don't have my B. I tried to keep going back, but it wouldn't. It's like stuck. It wants me to fix that. It will not go back. It won't. It won't go back. Yeah. The purple should not be in the first original segment. No, it was an SVG. It was an SVG. I don't know what I did now. I should have just left it alone. All right, let me see. Because I don't. Let me see if I add a point. I won't update that. Okay, let me see that. The crystal. See the purple line on the left? It should be there. This line here, it should be where it shouldn't. It should not be there. Where did that line come from? It wasn't when I first did it. I don't know why it even showed up there like that. I should have a purple line here, but I don't know why it showed up. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, there is a point there. Thank you, Rachel. Chris, I'm trying to remove this purple line. I don't know why it even showed up. It wasn't there before. I don't know why it even showed up. I don't know. And I'm just making it worse at this point. Let me see if I can find the points that's making it do that. See here, something's very, very wrong. So if I move, the start is over here, but I don't see where that other point is right here. Um, all right. You can select stitches and delete the stitches. No, and I think I've done too much. It won't let me go back. Let me see. Because I don't want to have to do that. The only other thing I could do at this point is bring in another bee. That's it. That's all I'm gonna be able to do. Because that looks horrible now. Look, y'all. That doesn't look good. Alright, let me bring back in. I'm gonna bring the file back in. Alright. Delete this. We're gonna put our bee back over here. I'm gonna move this over, and we gotta retrace that bee because I can't. I think I've ruined it too much. That's a little. Alright, this is what we're gonna do. But I don't want that to stitch less. Alright, I'm just deleting the whole thing. Alright. Number 2. Alright, we're gonna retrace this. And let's see what happens this next time. My ankles looks. I'm gonna have to fix those ankles too. Alright. Let's see how this goes. And then I'm just gonna go with it. We're gonna put it on the machine and we're gonna talk about some other stuff. I'm gonna end it right there. And we're gonna go back. We're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna start right here. I'm gonna try to slant those a little bit. Alright, let's see if this is gonna be a better outcome. Uh-oh. I'll delete that one. Let's see how this is gonna go. Alright. Let me head here. I am going to kind of move this over here like that. That's kind of too straight. Alright, let's see. Alright, we're gonna go with it. We are going to go with that. That looks just fine. Alright, so let me move this over. I'll make it smaller. And then delete this one out too. And then I'm going to bring the bee back up. So over on the side, we didn't talk about this much, is the sequence panel. And the sequence panel, where is that? Delete. So the sequence panel is kind of that lets you know the order of how everything is going to stitch out. So you can do color sort, and it'll put all the different colors together, like any similar colors, they'll put that together, and then it'll show you exactly what's going to stitch next. So right now at the bottom of our list right now is that B, because that's the very last thing that we did, but you can move that up. So I want that there. Well, the 2 is going to have to go out of 5. So now that B is going to stitch first, and it'll stitch out the rest of the letters after that. Now the only thing I need to check on is this applique. I have placement line, tack down line. It says none. So I want to create that run. Marilyn told me that she did not see it. So I want to create the run. So there I placed the run. So we're going to go ahead and do a redraw and see if it stitches out. Thank you, Chris. If it stitches out the way that it should. Okay. Now I don't know if I should change it. If I want to change it to this mimic mirror, I wanted to kind of change it to see what that would look like, but I don't know. See, that's what it, with it being like a little bit larger. So with the mimic mirror, that's 21,000. Oh, that adds so many more stitches to it. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. All right. So let's see. Marilyn said, where's Jesse saw it? Jesse, did you see it? All right, let's see. So it should do the tack down, and then it should do the run, the placement, and then the tack down. Let's see. And then we're gonna be good to go. Okay. It did it. Oh. How many repeats? Did I put it on repeat? It looks like I'm about to did it on repeat, because that's too much of a tack down. And then it's gonna start the, all right, let's see. Let me just look at it again. If not, we are going with this. I don't have it any on repeat. Oh, but I did want to change the density of everything. So I want it to be a 0.3. Let's see. Okay, that didn't add too much to it. But I don't, where's the applique? I don't know why it did so many repeats. This one also, yeah, I don't see. I don't know why. All right. Nonetheless, we're gonna get ready to save this, okay? Because guess what? It's getting late. So I'm gonna save this on the flash drive, and I'm gonna place this onto the Ricoma. I think the other computer is still up because, sorry y'all, I can't see anything. All right, so now I'm gonna put this here. We're gonna save it, and I'm gonna go to File. Now, before you, anytime you create your designs, it'll tell you, it'll give you your print preview. So let's look at the print preview, and this also helps me with placement as well. But here, when we look at the print preview, it tells us exactly what's going to be placed. I'm gonna try to make it a little bigger so y'all can see it. So this is the print preview. So it's showing us now that the placement stitch is there. That's the first stitch. The second stitch is going to be the tack down stitch, and then it's going to move into the satin stitch, both satin stitches. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put this on automatic manual, and hopefully, because usually when I do it, like I'll change the colors because I won't use the applique button. So I usually change the colors of the run stitch and the tack down stitch so that I don't have any problems. But we're going to see. All right, close. Let me close this out. It looks like I may have some trim issues, possibly. Let me see. Where's that T? All right, so I'm going to select the T here. And I'm just going to remove that trim, or I'm going to add a trim to the end command because I don't want it to go down here and have a trim, need to trim. And then mom, let's see. I'm just gonna do I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm actually just gonna I know I said I wasn't gonna do it for the cursive letters. I don't really want to do it for the cursive letters, but I'm gonna do it for here. I'm gonna trim moms because we don't want to have to worry about that. All right, so now that's set, I'm gonna select save as. Now, if you ever wanted to, you could actually save this as an image. So like a PNG. Let's just save this mom live or JPEG. But you can save it as a PNG and remove have a transparent background. You can adjust the resolution. You could do quite a few things, but I'm not really going to use that. So I'm going to click Save As. Now, the first thing I want to save this as is RDE, and that's the Ricoma or the Chroma Exchange, RDE. So if you save it as an RDE, you can go back in and make changes as many times as you want to. You can resize it if you want to. You can do a lot of different things with it being an RDE, okay? But if you save it as a DST, you won't have that flexibility. So I like to save it as an RDE, and then I'll go ahead and save it as let me put Best Mom Ever Live. Then I'll go ahead and save it as a DST. Okay, so we're going to do save as. I'm saving it as a DST because that's what the embroidery machines, Ricoma embroidery machines need. Now, with Chroma, you can save it as any file exchange. I think they have all of the different embroidery machine exchanges uploaded here. So you'll be able to change it however you want. Go mind it, it's not free. It's pretty pricey for the software. Inspire is a good way to start. Um, that's what I started out using, and then I upgraded to Lux. You can also use Embrilliance to do pretty much the same thing, but Embrilliance kind of works the same. Like it works in tiers, so you'll pay each tier. You got to keep paying more money. So right. So I'm gonna just go here, and then I'm gonna save it as a DST. I'm just gonna type DST there, and then I'm going to select my flash drive and click save. All right, and then I'm going to eject my flash drive, and we're gonna head over to Embroidery. All right, y'all. Let me head over to. I'm gonna switch the computer. I'm gonna stop sharing for now. Well, because I could still show you guys, because like we can make around this design, we can make a border around it, but that's inside of inside of Lux. Let me head back to where y'all are. I'm gonna stop screen sharing, and then I'm gonna add Brody to the stage. I'm gonna make me a little bit smaller. Oh, I still have to hoop the shirt or the hoodie. We're gonna make a hoodie. I still have to hoop the hoodie. I haven't even done that yet. All right. Hold on. All right, I'm just gonna pre-press the shirt. My hoodie is in the way, y'all. Hood. All right. So this is the screen for Brody, and this is their original panel. I like the newer panels better. Hey, Angel. All right, let me make me a little bit smaller. Oh, that was a long 25 seconds. All right, so all I did was pre-press the hoodie. We're gonna hoop the hoodie in a second, but I'm gonna upload the machine. All right, let me make me a bit smaller. All right, I don't know if you guys can even see that good. Let me close the light. All right, so this is the panel, and I'm just gonna click escape. And I'm gonna put on 31 I just set to start with number 1. All right, so I need to remove the embroidery status here. Yes, remove. And then we're going to add the file. Now, we just have to put it over on this side. I can't see good. And the USB. I think the new panel has two USB slots. It's Wi-Fi. It's a lot better. All right, so I remove the embroidery status. I'm gonna go to File. I'm gonna select on the flash drive icon. Oh, it just comes up. Okay, there we go. And then I'm gonna just scroll to the very last page because that's where the design is. So I'm gonna select there. Then I'm gonna place it onto the machine by clicking this button right here. All right, and then I'm gonna go to the machine. So now that file is uploaded to the machine. I have so many files I need to delete off of here. And we're gonna click OK. I see a lot of jump stitches. Oh my god, I see all these jump stitches. I thought I removed them, but we're gonna see. We'll see what happens. All right, so now we're almost ready. We just gotta head back to the table and place our hoop. Oh, we didn't put our colors in. Hold on. So we need to put our colors in. So I'm gonna put, it's a pink hoodie, but I want to do purple. We're gonna do purple. So for the tactile and placement, I'm gonna go to 10. 10. Because remember we have the placement and we have the tack down, so that's already 2 threads that I need to account for. And then, or maybe you should. And then we have the other one, 9. So I could actually, should we do another one? Was it? Oh, for the bottom. Okay. Oh, no. That should be 10. So that's going to be 10. This one, I think I want to make that 9. Okay. We're gonna put, and then I'm going to turn it to automatic manual so that it can stop for us. All right. So we're almost ready. Almost. All right. So let me bring the table on. I'm gonna move this over a little bit. And if y'all said something, I'm sorry. I'm like a hot mess. All right. So this is very these hoops. They're very very strong. All right, so we're gonna get. I'm gonna use black stabilizer. Now I'm gonna show you guys a shirt. I'm gonna give it away, but not this hoodie. But I'm gonna give this shirt away. But I'm gonna show you guys like using the black stabilizer underneath the white shirt. I don't think I like it. I don't think I like it. Now I do have the hooping station, but it's in the other room, and it's somewhere where I don't really want to go. So we're just going to go ahead and cut this out. Now, having the hooping station is a lot easier. I do have to tell y'all that it is definitely a lot easier than doing it like this. All right. Be careful. You have to be super careful with the mighty hoops because of the magnetic component of it. All right, we're gonna get ready to hoop this. Place the hoop with the tab down. Rachel, I placed my hoop with the tab down too. That's how they showed me how to do it, and that's how I do it. All right, so we put the hoop here. The one thing with these hoops is just easier to hoop it. You don't have to worry about tightening it or anything like that. It's automatically tight for you. All right. And I'm just Another thing that I used to do that I find very helpful is that I would print out the image and then I would place it, especially if I have a lot to do and I want to make sure that it's perfect. I'll place the image onto the shirt exactly where I want it to go and then align the hoop up with it that way. But with the Mighty Hoops, you don't have to worry about, with the hooping station, you don't have to worry about placement or anything like that. The hoop takes care of it all for you. It literally takes care of everything for you. So you don't have to worry about it at all. All right, let me get my stabilizer. So now I'm going to put the stabilizer in. I'm pretty happy with where the hoop is right now. And then we're going to place the top part on there. If you guys could see that. Hey, Evie. And we're going to place the top part on there. And I'm just trying to be very careful not to move this hoop. Because I don't. Next time I'm going to have my hooping station out for y'all so y'all can see it. Like why it is the best thing ever. Here. It's going to be a pretty perfect hoop. Alright. Alright, it looks good. And then I'm just going to take our hoops and we're going to have enough of the hoop in. I think I did. So we're all hooped. That's super good. All right, so we're going to get ready to put this onto the machine. And over here. So we're also going to be using variegated thread today with it. I'm going to show you guys kind of like what that looks like. So, of course, the hoop, we're going to just make sure that it goes into the neck portion, the collar portion, neck collar. Uh-oh. All right, so all good. That looks very, very good. Of course, you always want to make sure that your hood isn't caught up. I like to feel underneath here just to make sure everything is good, nothing's blocking, and we're gonna get ready to get started. So the first thing I'm gonna do a trace of it just to make sure, because you don't want to let me trace this one more time because I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me do a contour trace. Because it was kind of close to the top part. So this is just a more closer trace. And it's not tracing the whole area, it's actually tracing the design. So I'm just going to make sure it doesn't touch. It doesn't touch there, so we're good. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. My machine's shaking because I don't have it locked. Because I like to be able to wheel it around. All right, we're good. All right, so that's good. Let me make sure that the fabric is still good because I have stitched together more things than I would like to say. All right, so now we're ready to start. The first one is going to be the placement, so we'll wait close by. can't even see that good. I put the wrong thread. Alright, just I don't like to see the thread hanging down so close. But it's fine. I probably should have checked the bobbin. So now, oh, y'all can't see that with that light. So right now it's doing the placement stitch. Maybe you can see that a little bit better. But we're going to be using variegated thread, which is thread it's a multicolored thread, and it looks so pretty when it stitches. Okay. So we're going to be using glitter HTV, and I'm just going to cut a strip because Mom, I should measure it first so that I would know. And I think Chris was saying that how, like, if you cut, you can actually cut it from your cutter. So if you have a cutter, you don't necessarily have to, rely on the machine to just do it. Like, you can save some of your material. But we're gonna do it like this. All right. So I'm just gonna peel the backing off of the HTV. And then the next time we do it, we can do, I'll show you guys, like, if you want to cut it out. I don't have any of my cutters out here. Oh, I have Romeo right there. But I took the backing off because, of course, you don't want your needle to puncture that. So I'm just going to place this here now. And I didn't have to do so much. And so the next stitch is going to be the tack round stitch. Now I'm using HTV. But you can use fabric. And you kind of want to make sure that it doesn't move. You kind of just want to make sure that it doesn't move because you don't want it to shift out of place. But with it being HTV, you can always restart that stitch. It's variegated thread. It is. It's rug thread. I got it from off of Amazon. I'll put a link. I got it from Amazon. So I didn't really even look at all the settings. And I generally look at the settings before I go out of Chroma. I just change the density. I usually look at the other stuff. All right, so we'll head back over into Chroma if you guys want to see like some other stuff. What else Chroma has. I love that gold glitter. I love the gold glitter. It's Caesar brand gold glitter. I was gonna put white on there, but then I felt like maybe pink, purple, and gold would look good. I don't know. Alright, so that should be it for the tack down stitch. Alright, so with this machine, let's say if I just want to move it off here, like the machine, it'll push out for me. But I'm gonna bring it over to the table because my scissors right there. And then I'm just gonna push it back in because I always forget to push it back. All right. So we're going to heat press this. Let me move this out of the way. So we're going to heat heat it, but I'm gonna heat it after. See, I still have like some little extra stitches here. All right. Generally, you can just go ahead and peel it off, but I don't really like to pull too much on the stitches. So a lot of times I will still use my scissors. And you can actually do this after the fact. Like you can let this stitch out and just peel it off after. You don't even have to do it before like you do with fabric, because the needle punctures the HTV. So it comes off very nice and smooth. Very, very nice and smooth. But with regular applique, this is what you would have your scissors, you would cut the fabric off from around it, and this is nice and secure in this hoop. So I'm not really worried about it shifting or moving or anything like that. But I don't necessarily want to pull too much. Alright. So I already have, y'all see my shirt, my hoodie. This file is actually already, it was already digitized, but I wanted to at least show you guys this part. Maybe we'll let me know if you guys want to do more things like this, or we just do it from the beginning, which my plan is to maybe do stuff like this on Sundays, along with, I'm getting them, along with DTF, like do more Brody and Broski. See, that comes out a lot easier after it's all fully stitched through. Yeah. But the only thing is that with the HTV, you have to heat it up. And you have to press it after you're done stitching, because it's so the stitches, it pretty much loosens it up. So, and I just don't pull hard. You can pull, like, you can just pull it, but I don't really like to pull those stitches. Thank you, Kevin. Hey, Kevin. All right. And you definitely want to keep your scrap HTV for projects like this. You want to keep it. So maybe next, I don't know if we're gonna do something embroidery on Friday, but I could show you guys, like, maybe, because at first I was gonna sub on that canvas I was talking about the other day, and then place that in the center of here. But we could do that another day if y'all want to do that. You can definitely sub that. All right. The rest of it, I'm not really worried about getting too close, but I don't want to poke a hole in the stuff in my shirt. But I plan on wearing this. I think it's going to look really good, especially with that thread. I'm going to show you guys the thread. I'm going to give this other shirt away tonight. I finally put Brody back together again. I had to take Brody apart, like remove the head, everything. And so, all right, we still got to clean some more of that. That's not clean at all, y'all. It's not clean. It's not clean at all. With the edges. just being overly cautious with the glitter. Did I have Miss Robin? Question. Okay. There we go. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this back on the machine, and hopefully I got enough off. But if you pull it off, if you feel comfortable pulling it, then you can pull it. I just don't like to pull the thread. That's and sometimes I feel like the thread pulls unnecessarily. Generally, with fabric, we're cutting, right? The only thing is that with the glitter, like with this, it gets so much closer to the thread than the fabric does. So that makes it a lot easier. All right. All right. Once we put it on the machine, I'm gonna switch it from um, manual, from automatic manual to automatic. See, I did pull this one. All right, we're gonna put it back on on the machine. We're gonna switch it. Now you can do this all on the machine, but I don't necessarily like to. Sorry, the way. I'm just making sure. See, yep. I had some of the hoodie was underneath the or on top of the bar. So you gotta. It doesn't take long just to make sure everything is gonna go fine. Okay. So now we're gonna get ready to change the. There we go. That's better. All right. Now we're gonna change it from. See the A and the M, that means automatic manual, so it's gonna stop in between each color change. But now I'm just gonna put this on automatic, so that it can keep going. It's not gonna stop. It doesn't need to stop anymore for us. I really do like the gold on that pink. All right, we're gonna click OK, and we're gonna click start. Oh, I thought I was missing some thread. Sorry, y'all. So the one thing that I forgot, like remember when I was, why is it echoing? Do you guys hear the echo? The one thing that I forgot to do was check the sequence of everything. So I only changed the sequence of that bead. I'm gonna remove the table. Because now we just gotta wait for it to be done. Uh-oh. It better not be the bobbin. It better not be the bobbin. Let me check. Because something told me to change the bobbin. Yeah, Patrice. I bet you it is. I knew it was the bobbin. I knew it. Look, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And I put the bobbin up here for me to change the bobbin. and I forgot. I knew it was a bobbin. So the one thing that I gotta say, like when you're doing like the glitter HTV, it's super messy. At least for me in my bobbin area. So you gotta clean your if you decide to use the HTV, make sure you clean your embroidery arm, your needle arm, your bobbin case, everything, because it gets that glitter definitely makes a home in the area. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that looks so good already. So I'm just gonna go back a few because I don't know how many I missed, but stop. I gotta go back even more. So if I don't go back, I'm gonna have a gap. And you can tell on the screen when you're going back. On the screen as I go back, it shows me like exactly where that needle is. So you just gotta be, you know, just gotta be watchful. But we should be in a good place right now. I'm gonna go back one more time. I don't mind if it over stitches. Yep. Like I'm fine with stitching over a little bit. But I don't know if you guys can see like that very good trend. Oh, Delonda. It's because you're there, Delonda. That's why. That's why. I don't know what what happened with them last time, but oh, don't tell me I'm frozen. I bet you I'm frozen. I can see that I'm frozen now. Why? This why. It never fails. All right, let me. It never fails. Where is my screen? Um, I was hoping to see if it's gonna come back up, but I don't think it's gonna come back up just yet. I don't think so. All right, y'all. So of course I was frozen, and I had to go on my phone. So give me a few minutes, and we could go back into Chroma, and we'll look at like some other stuff. It's actually not gonna take that long because it's already on the O. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's already on the O. It's already there. ready to go. Oh, can you guys still not hear me? Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, that's a break. When it's broken, let me check my bottom first. Because that it was going to just move before that bobbin. Alright, I gotta rethread it, y'all. Can you guys hear me? Say yes. Oh, you. Thanks, Rachel. Alright, bring this down a little bit. Slip off some. It was just going beautifully. Maybe I'm gonna check my bottom and make sure I did it right. Because nobody has time. Nobody has time. Oh. Let me move on the other side. I'm trying to be in your way. But away. I'm gonna wet it up a little bit. That's not good. Almost got it together. It looks good. My third pass, everything looks good. Oh, somehow it's not one of the. So it's always good to like check your thread path sometimes, like when it's not going right, because a lot of times that could solve your problem. Y'all wouldn't believe me, but it doesn't take me long to thread. And here I am having a hard time threading. Alright. Try not to move the camera. Alright, there we go. But yeah, I see the problem of what happened. So the thread path is very important, and my thread path somehow jumped. So I'm gonna go back again because I don't know exactly where it stopped. I'm gonna go back and I'm just gauging it from the machine. I can see. Alright, looks like that was almost a perfect start point. Well, my computer is still frozen. Like it will not move. Like I don't know why. Hold on. It's still just stuck. I was gonna take us back into Chroma, but alright, let me show you guys this shirt. So I made this shirt earlier today. Uh-oh. Who told me it broke again? Here we go. Here we go. So remember I was telling you guys about the black stabilizer behind the white shirt? I don't really like that. And so this is with the variegated thread. I'm using the same color thread on this pink shirt because I really like it. Like I liked how that came out. But this is what the variegated thread looks like. So it's a thread, multicolored thread like this. So this particular thread has like the different shades of purple and white, and stitched out. That's how it looks. I think it looks really good. I really like it. I'm gonna give it away, but just know that I used black stabilizer, and I don't really think I like the black stabilizer. Chris, it Brody stitched this out like straight through. Like I was able to mind my own business. Oh, the only thing with this shirt, y'all, I'm gonna do a giveaway, but some of the oil from the machine, because I like did some maintenance on the machine, and some of the oil on the machine got like up here, and then there was another little part where some oil got, but I was gonna give it away if anybody wants it. Let me see, Brody. Brody. I'm gonna go, okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna undo the whole thread path at this point. Not the entire thread path, but it's not sticking, like it's fine. It's clear of the what you call it. But y'all know Brody just likes to act up when we're on live. Brody doesn't have any home training. Alright, I'm gonna switch back over so y'all can see me over here at Brody. So I'm literally going to re-thread this. Okay, but I'm not gonna start from the back. I'm just gonna start from up here because Brody is flowing correctly. I don't know if you guys can see. This is going fine, so I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna just go here. We're gonna take this around one loop, and then the thread path goes here and here, and then it goes here. Alright, so then I'm gonna bring it down. This little slot, and go up, and then we're going to go through here. Looks like it's going fine. I might loosen up my tension just a tad, just a little bit, and then we're down. This needle. There we go. Then I'm going to check the bobbin case just to make sure, but you just never know. Make sure. I'm going to go back a little bit more on the machine because I'm going to check the bottom because y'all know what? And I don't even have the bottom case closed. That could be part of my problem that I have. Could be. Sometimes that could, it varies. So if you have a problem with your machine too, sometimes it could be the design. You just never know. So I'm gonna have to check everything. Alright, close the back. Let's get back. Let's see if we could get back started. I kind of went back. So far, it's looking pretty decent. Because it already cut, because it stopped a few times already, I just need to listen out for it. But it's almost done with the O. I'm going to bring back up to that. Is there a bobbin for every color thread? So Geneva, I use pretty much, these are the bobbins that I use. I'm going to bring me over until I can get back into the studio. So I use pre-wound bobbins, and I get these from Amazon. I go through these super quick, but they're so convenient. If you're doing embroidery correctly, like the top, you'll never see the bobbin on top. If you see your bobbin color on top, then there's a tension issue. So I just use these with my machine. But there is a lot of people like to use the same color bobbin on thread on top and bottom. But I don't really usually do that. Sometimes I'll do it with my single needle embroidery machine, the Brother SE600. But for the most part, I just use white bobbin. Yep, one bobbin for a design. Perfect, Jessie. Thank you, Jessie. Did Delonda say she wants this gift? I need to put this in her box. Nice, Deborah. Hey, Miss Linda. I see the put that in my box. I missed that. I missed it. I missed it. Aw. I'm gonna give this shirt away when we're done. It's a Bella Canvas large, but I love how the variegated thread looks on it. Came out really cute. And y'all know I don't really like white shirts, but I'm, I'm gonna try to cut off more of the black before I send it out, because I still use, and I used it again, but this shirt is pink, so it should be fine. So, but I know, let me see. Let us see what Brody's looking like. That's looking really good, y'all. Okay, let me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me tell me if you guys can hear me. I'm going to. I think I still hear echo. I was going to share my screen again, but tell me if you guys hear that echo or not. Thanks, Sandra. Thanks, Jessie. All right, let me. All right, well look here. Make sure it's good. That is looking good. So the way that we did best, um, that would be like you would do that if you wanted to do Appliqué and you're digitizing inside of Chroma. So let me pull up another. I'm gonna pull up the same design, but it's a little different. All right. So this is another best mom ever design. And so this is how I would bring this design in if I were to just have oh, you guys can't see that good. I'll try to do this too. So with Chroma, you have to select like the whole thing. So if I were to bring this into Chroma Inspire, this is how like, and if I didn't have Lux, I would bring it in like this, with it already punched out in the back. Because that way, you can then open up your applique. If you have Chroma Inspire, you have applique, then you would just do the same thing where you would just go here and then you would do your outline for your satin stitch. That's definitely if you don't want to auto digitize. But that's how that would look like that. So that's how you would create your satin stitch or your applique, if you're doing something like that and you don't have Chroma Lux, you would just have to do pretty much the same way we did the other satin stitches, and then you would just create your own border. Now I like to do this before I even get into Chroma, like make sure everything is exactly how I want it to be, because it just makes it easier with Inspire that way. So that's what I just want to show you guys that. Also with text, I don't remember the text that I used, but I'm pretty sure that it was a single line font that I used. Good night, Karen G. Thanks, Eva. Alright, so I'm going to delete this, but I just want to show you guys that. So here, let's see what auto digitizing this will look like. Alright, so if I click here, right? And then I select here, I need to select all of this. So I select all of this, and let's say we click the auto digitize option here. This outline, let me see. So the outline for this one is about 0.12, 0.13. It's about 0.13. Which it may be 0.125 because I also have this design in rhinestones, but you can make it a little bit thicker. So this is the thing. Let me show you guys with your satin borders. So let's say we create a satin border. I'm just gonna create a column here. Okay. So that's our satin border, right? We're gonna take our ruler, and right here it looks like that may be too much, and it is. So you guys see how that looks? Remember, I have it on realistic view, so it shouldn't look like that. So right now, where's my ruler? So right now, this is measuring at 1.03. For you to get a good satin border, it needs to be less than 0.80. Okay, if it's more than that, then that's going to be too much. And so right now, that's too much. So I'm just going to select here, and then we're going to, if I expand it out even more, you see what it looks like. But as I bring it closer together, we have our satin border. And so if I take my ruler and I measure this is 0.78. Okay, so that's, no worries, Marta. So that's how you get your satin border, but it can't be, it's not going to stitch out correctly if it's too wide. Okay, now there are ways where you could do, like with the satin with Lux, you can like split it and have it, you know, 2 satin strips there, but you really, you know, if you don't have Lux to do that, then you just want to stay underneath the 0.80. That's pretty standard. I was going to show you guys the text panel. Alright, so text, it's another thing that was, do you guys want to see how you would do maybe, I don't know if this Friday or next Friday, or maybe over the weekend on a Sunday or so. And if I come, maybe tomorrow, I may come on tomorrow. If you guys want to see how to digitize for puff. So generally there's an underlay or underlay, when you get ready to stitch out, and then it starts stitching on top, like whatever fill you're going to stitch it with. But with puff, that has to be removed. And so I can show you guys how to do that if you want to do that. I don't know, I can't promise tomorrow is possible, but we could definitely look at that and see if that's something you guys are interested in. But let's say we go to text, and let's get ready to type something. Let's say, we're going to do the same thing. Best. And then we go to put here. Let's do it here. So we're gonna click, if we click apply, it will just be this text. But if you look, Chroma has a lot of other fonts that you could use here, right? But you can also use your system fonts if you have TTF fonts downloaded in your font book or on your hard drive. Then you can use some of the fonts that you have downloaded. So let's say I use Autumn November, which this is a font that is in my logo. I use that in my logo, Autumn November, and then you can kind of, you know, do it. I don't know if any of my single line fonts are here. Let's see. One of my favorites. Oh, absolutely silent. So you can do something like that. And then it automatically digitizes, like it's digitized already for you. And so let's say we're gonna type in mom here. And I type in mom. And let's change that to, let's change that to like an impact. I want to do impact, let's change it to, that might be impact. Marilyn, is that impact? I don't even know. Let's see. It could be. So, oh, you gotta click out of it. If not, you're gonna just, y'all see how that's just way too big? So I would just click onto there, change that to convert to, it won't convert it for me. I don't want to do it manual either. So let's make it a little bit smaller. So let's see if I can do this now as an appliqué. Let's see if it lets me do appliqué now. Satin. I don't want either. Appliqué. Let's see. I don't see it. Well, it didn't let me do that with this, so I don't know if it'll let me do it. I don't think so. Alright. So you kind of have to fix, because I don't want it to be so. Let me see outline. Let's see if that will help us do it. Let me see satin. Click apply. No. So remember how I told you like the satin stitch couldn't be too thick? Well, this is way too thick for this font. So let me see if I use another font that may not be too. Oop, I don't want that one. All right, we're all done, y'all. Brody is done, and we're gonna see what Brody looks like. Let's see if Simple Glitches is too thick. That's too thick too. So that one's the only way to get it like how we would want it would be to reduce it. But let's go here. Let's remove this. Let's go use one of their fonts. Or you gotta find the font because you can. They have some fonts in here that will work good with. I don't want that. Oop, that's. I gotta find it because they do have some that you could use with Appliqué. I just can't. No. Let's see. Simple spell. I don't want that either. No. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to duplicate this. It ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. What did I ask Marilyn? I forgot what I asked you, Marilyn. You know I'm always asking something. Alright, y'all, we're all done. Oh, this looks so good. Alright, let me move us back over to the table. It looks super good. Alright, I need to drink some water. I'm gonna stop screen sharing. Y'all, look. I can even remove Brody. Brody can go too. Remove. But y'all, it came out really good. Y'all can't see good because the color is bad, but the lighting is bad. But it came out really good. The next thing I need to do though is I got a little stitch there. I think that's just from thread being where it shouldn't be. Yeah. The next thing I need to do is heat press it. But I want to clean this up because if I don't, all these small particles of this HTV could possibly stick. You'll see how easy it comes off with that extra with the satin stitch around it. It just lifts up. So that's why you have to heat press it. Because if you don't, these will fall out. So you just need to, make sure it's nice and adhered to the shirt. Yeah, we're almost done. I'm tired. I'm tired. Tweezers will help too. But I'm not in my tweezing era right now, so I just want to make sure it's cleaned up as nice as possible. I think I like it. I like how it came out. Looks pretty good, and I love the variegated thread. Alright, so I'm going to get ready to press this. I'm just going to heat press it so that it could stick. You have to be really careful with these mighty boots. Thanks, Jessie. And Deborah. Thank you. And Chris for your help. Just click a run stitch around the letters for the placement, duplicate that for the tack down, add a satin border. Yes. Put this one too? Let me heat press this. Your moderators are off the chain. This came out really good, y'all. Alright, let's see. Second. Just straightening it out, making sure I don't have any pieces of HTV floating around on here because I don't want that. And now we're just going to press that on. We're done. We were inside of Chroma, but we can revisit Chroma another day. Let me know. So, do you guys like doing the... hold on. I'm going to remove the table. Do you guys like doing like this where we go from start to finish, make a design, and then stitch it out? I mean, only thing is I can't do stuff like that with... Oh, that was heavy. I can't do stuff like that with bling because y'all, we will be here a long time. But definitely with like embroidery, as y'all saw, like this didn't even take that long for us to actually do. So this is the pink, and you'll see how that came out. The word best is, I don't even know what camera I'm on. The word best is purple, like it's a darker purple. And then we have the glitter inside, and then we have that variegated thread, which is really pretty. It's really pretty how it turns out. But with a variegated thread, you kind of want to make sure like it's going in the same direction. You see how these are, it's all going from left to right. I think it looks good unless it has to do like some type of curve. But I think it looks good when it's like all in the same direction. But it came out really, really cute. I love how it looks. I love how it looks. It looks really, really good. So let's go ahead and do our giveaway. So another thing before we go, because I'm not going back into Chroma. I'm tired, y'all. But let me know. Let me see if you guys said we need to do more of this. I'm sure Chris is gonna say we need to do more of this. I got this thread from Amazon. I'm gonna put the link before we go. Okay, yes, I think the yes is to this. I'll put the link. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna come up for Jesse, and I appreciate you for that. I appreciate Jesse. What do you have? Thank you, Tanya. So the next steps after this, since we're going from start to finish, I'm not gonna actually heat press it, but the next steps after this would be for us to trim the black, the extra black stabilizer, and we use cutaway stabilizer. I did not say that, but we're gonna cut away all that extra stabilizer on the back, and then we'll use, if it's an item that I'm selling, if it's something for me, I don't necessarily always put the tender touch on it. But if it's something that I'm selling, you want to put like the tender touch. It kind of protects um, your thread, and it's less irritating as opposed to like this being on somebody's skin. It's very nice and soft and smooth. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that now, but I just want to show you guys like what what we would usually do. I'm gonna give away this shirt, and maybe I'll give away this hoodie. I might. I could always make me another one. But I think it looks super cute. It really does look cute, y'all. It's nice. So we'll give away the first. We'll give away the shirt, and then we'll give away the hoodie. If you win the shirt, then you're not eligible to win the hoodie. So I just want to say that. And also, this is only going to be for U.S. residents. Okay, so it's only U.S. residents who can participate in the in the drawing, in the giveaway. Let me hurry up and get there. This is black no show mesh. No, it's not. It's a black cutaway stabilizer. Thank you, Miss Roslyn. Thank you, DB. So this is the design. Like I told you guys, like I had already, this design has been digitized over a year now. This was from last year, and I made this last year. And instead of glitter on the inside, I used fabric. And so I used like fabric, this lime fabric, and I put heat and bond on the back of it, and then I put it onto the machine and let it stitch out, and then I pressed it. But this is from last year, like last Mother's Day I did this. But I wanted to come on and make this with you guys, just to show y'all like how to get this all done. All right, so let me head over to here. Hold on a second. I don't know what the giveaway word is gonna be. I don't know. Hold on. StreamYard giveaway tool. Giveaway tool. Alright, and then I'm gonna share my screen. What is this? What is the word gonna be? I have no idea. Okay, so this for the white shirt, it's gonna be Tuesday. That's what it's gonna be. It's just gonna be Tuesday. Tuesday. And I'll show the shirt again so that you guys can see it. But the giveaway word is gonna be Tuesday. It's for this shirt, just says keep God first, and it has black glitter on the inside with the variegated thread. It's a large Bella canvas, but it's really cute. It's really, really cute. And I don't usually like white shirts, but I like this one. All right, I'll give you guys a few minutes to type in. Let me share the screen. I just got so sleepy. I left poor Chroma open. I didn't even finish telling y'all what I was going to tell y'all. Good night, Lynn. Thank you for being here. All right, present, share screen. And everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know this is not the norm of what we usually do. I did not mean to do that. This is not the norm of what we usually do. But I think we're gonna do more of this. I enjoyed it. I did. So, Chrome tab, StreamYard. There we go. There we go. All right. So it's Tuesday. All right. I'm gonna give you guys a few more seconds, and then we're going to hit draw, and we'll see who wins. But we made it through. I don't even think that took too long. We started at 7:30, and probably because I was talking a lot for the usual, but I still don't think that that took really long. I think it was good timing. This looks good. All right, we're gonna hit draw because somebody. I tried to wait a little bit because somebody said I hit draw really fast all the time, so tried. Let's see who wins. Congratulations, D. Smith. Congratulations. Send me an email to Patrice at Craftable Things. Let me put it up on the screen for you. But send me an email to Patrice at Craftable Things. And congratulations. All right, we're gonna go back in. The word is gonna be something different. But let me change. I need to put my email address up. Patrice at Craftable Things. That's the email. All right. So the next giveaway is going to be for this hoodie. And this is a large. This hoodie is it's a large hoodie. It's a Gildan hoodie, and it's a large. All right. So I am going to. That is going to be. I don't know. Like I'm not. I don't even know what to say. You can do. Just type best. Best is the word. So it's gonna be best. BEST. Oh, Rosin said mom. Miss Gail said mom. Rosin said we'll go with mom then. We'll do mom. Do mom. That's perfect. Perfect and easy. Start collecting. So it's gonna be mom. Mom. It's gonna be mom, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It makes more sense. It makes more sense for it to be mom. Uh oh, missed. Miss Zelda Brown, thank you so much for the super chat. Can y'all hear that bell? Come on, did you hear the bell? All right, the word is mom. I'm gonna give everybody a few more minutes. The word is mom. Mom, mom, mom. And we're gonna be done, done, done. That's kind of how that's gonna go. Well, thank you for letting me know that you heard the bell. All right, mom, 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 mom. Okay. I'm trying to be patient, y'all. Y'all know I kind of go quick. I'm trying to slow down a little bit, but it's so hard. All right. I hope everybody who wants to enter entered again the same thing. Only for U.S. residents. All right. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Where is it? All right. I'm about to press draw. Let's see who wins. The pink shirt. Jess. Yeah. Oh, Jessie. Congratulations, Jessie. Send me your address. I will send it out. Well, I'm not. I'll be home tomorrow, so it'll go out tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday. I'll package it tomorrow, and then Thursday it will go out. Congratulations, Jessie. All right, y'all. Let me get ready to go. I don't even know what camera I'm on right now. Where am I? Can you guys let me see if it's this one? Then you guys will see hearts. It's this one. I love it. All right, y'all. So thank you for hanging out with me. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I will probably come on and do a little more, but maybe on Sundays, I think. I'm not sure. That might be like maybe we could digitize some stuff together. I will do one of these with Embrilliant also. I know this time I did everything Ricoma, the Chroma and Ricoma, but I will do Embrilliant another time. I'll go through the whole process of Embrilliant. The only thing with Embrilliant is that it's kind of like Chroma a little bit where it's tiered, but with Embrilliant you got to keep purchasing in order until you max out. But the same thing can totally be done with Embrilliant. I don't have any other digitizing software that I use. I only use those two. But I'm always open if there's any other digitizing softwares that you guys want me to try or use. That is a possibility. But I absolutely love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me, Delonda. Thank you for hanging out with us and the Rockets at the same time. Thank you. I hope they won, and you'll be a happy camper. I love you guys. Please remember to be kind and nice to people. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. Like, being kind is supposed to make you feel good. So be kind. Be kind to others. It'll uplift your spirits. I did say I was gonna put that variegated thread in here. Let me do that before I go. But yes, because y'all, people are going through a lot of stuff. They're going through a lot of things. So just remember to be nice. So I've gotten several variegated threads. So I think maybe on Friday, if we do any embroidery, if I come on tomorrow, maybe I'll come on tomorrow or so. I don't know. I doubt it. I'll come on in the morning, or yeah, I doubt it. So I got this glow in the dark thread that I haven't used yet. So I want to try that out to see how it is. I should have used. Well, no, I would have wanted to use it on like a black shirt. All right, this is the thread that I used today. Now, Madeira has variegated thread too. If you guys are interested in Madeira, if you like Madeira, they do have variegated thread also. Copy. And I'm gonna put this in, and then I'm just gonna get ready to go. Good night. But yes. Oh, Delonda, that's true. Where's your teacher? I don't know where your teacher is. But I love you guys. But still, please remember to be nice, be kind to people. And I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. If I don't see you until Friday, have a great week. Love y'all.